today we're here with 3 questions with Grayson Shor. So, Grayson, please tell us briefly about yourself.
Yeah, so first off, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me. So a little bit about myself. Well, I'm initially from California, from Santa Barbara, so a Southern California guy. Grew up surfing, rock climbing, all that type of fun stuff. And I'd always had a deep passion of learning more about China. Initially started with traditional Chinese medicine and grew into a deep infatuation with Buddhism and Confucianism and Taoism. Anyways, long story short, moved out to China for a couple of years, absolutely loved that, and then found myself out here studying international affairs at the Elliott School, focused on East Asia, of course, primarily on China, and specifically on environmental security issues, water issues.
Very cool. So I do know that you received the Freeman Fellowship Grant.
Yep. So
where did you do that grant, and also what were you doing as part of that?
Yeah, so I did the Freeman Foundation Grant in both Thailand and Myanmar. Most of the time was spent in Myanmar, aka Burma, with the Asia Foundation. And so I did that December or mid-year of 2017. So during the summer of 2017. And it was an amazing experience, to say the least. Well, first off, extremely appreciative of the very generous grant that the Freeman Foundation gives. So the funds definitely allowed me to really focus on the internship that I was doing with the Asia Foundation. So with that, being able to double down on what I was doing, I focused on environmental issues, of course, that being my area of interest, but specifically I helped the Asia Foundation establish one of its first mapping initiatives using GIS and remote sensing technologies. And essentially what we did, we would go out to villages, me wearing my longji, which is like a traditional Burmese...
True cultural exchange.
Exactly. Pulling into my anthropological, roots there and ethnographic background, and
great.
Went out to different villages and meeting with the police department or the health professionals and determining how can we utilize GIS, how can we utilize satellite imagery and promote more safety, more ecological sustainability, reducing pollution, reducing crime in your community. And it proved to be an extremely successful idea, and now is grown into a whole team is working on this with the Asia Foundation in Myanmar. And mapping GIS work is critical to the years-long mission that they have. So it was an extremely awesome experience, and I think that it was 100% only possible with the funding and the facilitation of finding this internship through GSS.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds really rewarding. And so when you were over in the Asian region, did you use any language skills, or how did you feel that your language skills, perhaps that you have gained through the Elliott School, how did that benefit you in your time over with the Freeman Fellowship Grant, or in your studies while you've been here at the Elliott School, or even how it's going to help in your career?
Definitely. Well, so there's a lot to unpack there. I would say, right, language is extremely critical. I would say, I'm purposely not using the word important here. It's more than important. It's critical for any international career success. And any language is really good, but I think that it's important that we have at least a second language that we speak. Specifically, my language is Mandarin. I've been very fortunate to have received a Foreign Language Area Studies Fellowship, the FLAS Award, here at GW, and so that's allowed me to take courses here on campus in Mandarin Chinese, and the professors have been absolutely great. Being able to study the language regularly as part of my academic experience has been wonderful, and then also finding tutors wherever I've traveled internationally to upkeep my Mandarin, or friends talking on Weixin or WeChat, kind of like a WhatsApp equivalent, and making tons of friends, Chinese friends, is really important, and something I take a lot of pleasure in and enjoy. The importance of language. Well, obviously, you need a language to speak literally that other person's
Sure,
language to communicate
sure.
with them, right? But it's something a little bit more deep than that as well. My favorite hypothesis, and sorry to geek out on you a little bit, but I even have a favorite hypothesis. But yeah, I'm a geek. Have you seen these glasses? Right? There's the Saper-Whorf hypothesis.
Okay.
It basically says that the language that you speak determines how you perceive the world that you live in. And so understanding another language allows you to perceive the world in a different perspective, to really see it, to really walk or think in the shoes of the people that you're working with, or you want to work with, or you're conversing with, in a way that if you didn't know the language, or you were just working through a translator, you would miss these critical cultural cues, perspectives, worldviews. So in some, language is extremely critical if you're trying to do anything that's working with people that have a different mindset or a different culture or from a different region of the world than yourself. And it builds greater cohesion and collaboration.
Great. Well, Grayson, thank you so much for sharing your time and sharing your thoughts with us today. We're very happy to have you with us.
Thank you. My
Thanks.
pleasure.